Hi everyone, this is another update video. Quote for today, made this one up myself. Well, I didn't make it up myself, I wrote it in myself because I couldn't find anything to put here. But I've heard this before. You don't build a reputation on what you're going to do. Emphasis should be on the going. Basically the idea is a reputation is built on your actions, not on what your intent is. So if you're constantly saying, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get fit, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to save money, but none of it ever happens, the reputation you build is one of a bullshit artist. We don't want to be that, do we? So you have to actually do the things that you say you're going to do in order to get the reputation of somebody that does those things. Simple. This is just a little quick update because I am feeling very, very unhealthy at the moment. Mainly because of my diet. I've not been eating as let me finish the thought first. I've not been eating as I'd like to eat and as I know works well for me. So what works for me is the way Mark Sisson describes in his Primal Blueprint eating modality, which is meat, fish, fowl and eggs, lots of fruit and vegetables. Lots of vegetables, fruits fine, but try and stick to the low sugar ones. Nuts and seeds, healthy fats, and then herbs and spices to flavor your food. Nothing unnatural, no processed carbohydrates, no heavy carbohydrates like pastas and rice and bread and stuff like that. Just keep it as if it comes from the earth, eat it. Is generally, if it comes from nature, put it in your mouth. Is generally the system that I've found works well for me, and probably what I think would work well for a lot of people. I've not been doing that. I stick to that way of eating for the majority of the time. Admittedly, I still have my smoothies every day, but lately in the evenings I've been a little bit frivolous, and on weekends with the kinds of food I will eat for dinner. So a little bit more pizzas than I'd like. Not good. I'm feeling the effects of it. I just don't feel very fit. My body doesn't feel like it's working in harmony with what my head wants it to do. My back is screwed. I went to the chiropractor Saturday and she suggested in our little 10-minute consultation, do some exercises that will strengthen the muscles of the core and the back. So she said yoga, which is fine. I like yoga. I don't often do it, but I've been doing it a lot more since she said. Basically, I've got this little app on my phone which you can download like specific classes for specific things. So I've got my lower back pain one. I'm doing that. Basically, it involves stretching out the hamstrings and doing spinal twists, which is good. It always feels good. I'm going to keep up with it and hopefully work on my flexibility. And while researching yesterday, I found an exercise that you can do with a gym ball, which is called a reverse hyper. A reverse hyper is a machine, or a reverse hyper is an exercise that somebody... let's try and get this information correct. There is a guy who owns a gym, I think it's called Westside Barbell, and he invented a machine which lets you do reverse hyper exercises, which is essentially a table that you lay on top with handles to hold, so you're face down, and then say that's the table there. These are my legs, and then your legs hang down off like that. So then you've got weight here which you pull up like that, so your legs are doing that motion, and when you're here, this spinal portion is decompressed, so it pulls all of the vertebrae apart so that fluid can rush in and it decompresses the spine. And then when you pull up, it strengthens these muscles and your glutes here, your butt muscles, and generally gives you a healthier back, and apparently it works wonders. Joe Rogan has talked about it a lot. I like the sound of it. I've heard him talk about it months and months ago, but never really looked into it because I've never really had major lower back pain. But now, I'm not going to say it's major, it's not like it's debilitating, but at the moment it's very uncomfortable and feels very weak. So I found an exercise at the gym you can do with a gym ball, which essentially is the same kind of motion. You put the gym ball on the floor, roll onto it on your stomach, and then, so the ball's there, this is me, these are my legs again, like that, and you just lift your legs up like that. You look like a tit, but it's fine because it's supposed to work. So I did them yesterday at the gym. Woke up this morning and my back just feels weak and sore. So I don't want to say I'm annoyed, but I just don't feel right. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to go to the doctor about it. I'm going to give it a couple of days of rest and just do some gentle exercise rather than the kettlebell workouts that I've been doing so far, and see how it goes. But I'm not feeling very healthy, and it's not a place I like to be. I find that once you get to a point of feeling really good about yourself and feeling healthy in yourself and having a body that works, you really miss it when you come back out of it, and that's where I am at the moment. But I don't want to be problem orientated, I want to be solution orientated. So for the next couple of days is going to be rest and get into a place where I'm cooking my own meals again. Again, I do mostly cook my own meals. It's just I'm frivolous now and again. I want to be frivolous a lot less. So making my smoothies, eating foods that won't cause an inflammatory response, and just, being a good person for myself, because this isn't the reason I'm doing it, but it is a factor in it. Summer is coming. Obviously, in the summer, you want to be out, you want to be down the beach, you want to be swimming in the sea. You don't want to feel like an old fat man. So I need to get this on track like ASAP. But it's not the reason I say this isn't the main factor is that I don't see it anymore as getting to a destination. So I'm not like, right, summer's coming, better get dieting for summer. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of dieting for a specific thing. I don't like the idea of dieting in general. I just like the idea of working on strategies that will promote a healthier future, and making those a part of your everyday routine. And it's fine. Sometimes I slip and people slip and you fall back into like bad behaviors temporarily, but it's important to self-reflect, recognize, and move on. Anyway, I think that was all I wanted to mention, was just my back's not feeling too good. Oh, I had a little run-in date on Sunday with Sean Matthews as well. Hope she doesn't mind me mentioning her name in a video, not that anyone's going to see it. But we did the 3 mile Barry Loop, which it's just under 3 miles, it's 2.94 miles, and we did it in under 30 minutes, which was incredible. I ran the entire way. I haven't run like that, like a road run, in about 6 or 7 months. And we managed. She's like a runner that runs quite regularly. She does races, so we managed to go the whole way without stopping. Did it in a decent pace, so I was very pleased with that. Although the next day my legs were fucked. My calves were killing me. They're still hurting today. When I got out of bed this morning, I was like walking a bit like Bambi. But it was good. It was good. So maybe we'll start running a bit more, perhaps once a week. I don't know whether running is a great idea for me. I'm going to try it, providing I feel fit. But I know that I've got problems with my knees in the past, and I don't want to exacerbate those problems, and I don't want to put stress on my lower back if running isn't the best way to do it. So I'm going to have to do some reading on it this week and figure that out. But my main focus, as always, not as always, but as I've come to realize I enjoy, is kettlebells. So I want to keep swinging, I want to keep doing the get-ups and just strengthening my body. I don't like isolated workouts, really. I don't like doing biceps and back and then triceps and chest on another day. I want full body functionality and mobility so that I can move around better and like clamber up trees and over rocks and dive into the sea and swim around and then run on the beach and play with my dog and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I was about to say all good things. Not all good things, but I've still got positive attitude towards this fitness thing. Providing I do the right things and learn the basics and build a strong foundation, then in a year or so, or 2 years, or maybe even 6 months, or 5 years, or 10 years, or when I'm 75, I will be in a position of health and well-being, and that is what I want to promote, and it's what I want to promote with other people as well. They say you teach what you have to learn. I kind of agree with that. It's through discussing things with other people and practicing and, trying new things and talking to people about that I find out what I enjoy and what's good for me. So I would like to sort of, I don't know, I'd like to be the kind of person that motivates other people to try different things and new things, whether it's in the gym or whether it's things like picking up the ukulele, which I bought a little ukulele. I snapped a string on it already. But, if somebody sees that and says, look at that idiot doing what he's doing, perhaps I'll try that, then I think that was a good thing. And by no means am I saying that in the sense that I think people should follow what I'm doing, because I'm not a specimen by any means, and I'm not very good at the ukulele, and I'm not very good at managing money at the moment, but I'm working on these things. And I think sometimes it's good to look at people who are working on themselves rather than looking at the people who have got it all figured out. Because if you can, Sam sent me an article this week, for instance, all about comparison and how it makes people miserable, because you tend to compare yourself to your ideals, and then you compare your weaknesses to their strengths. So you see these people that have got it all figured out. I look at Primal Swolger on Instagram, and he's swinging kettlebells around, and I think sometimes people tend to look at that and think, well, I can't do that. Well, that's annoying. But now I'm trying to be the kind of guy that says, well, I might be able to do that one day. Let's work on it now. And, the time's going to pass anyway. You might as well put in the work. I feel this was an excellent video. Very motivational. Quite coherent in parts. Anyway, back to the quote. You don't build a reputation on what you're going to do. You build a reputation on what you do. So I've said to you now, I need to get my diet back on track. Again, when I say diet, I don't mean a diet. I mean my general diet. I'm going to keep checking in. I'm going to keep a record of it. If I fail, I'll let you know. If I succeed, you'll see. Someone just fell off out there. And get back to the gym. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I'm going to go now and, I don't know, eat something healthy.